So not long after we finished the live stream last night on the Transformers Slag podcast Saturday night live stream, we had some leaked information from Amazon Australia and Amazon UK of some future Transformers Kingdom product, and it's something that we have not seen before. This comes courtesy of JT Prime 17, and it looks like it might be a new minor subline, maybe even something that potentially could be replacing what will be the Netflix series, judging by the way this kind of packaging and style is being rolled out. But you be the judge of that. I'll just guide you through it. So we have here a listing for a Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe Mirage and Grimlock 2-pack. This is very interesting. Has a product code and EA number. Everything pretty much lines up. Unfortunately, both of the listings on Amazon Australia and Amazon UK have since been removed, which kind of leads more credence to its officialness because someone made a mistake. It has a huge rollout of information here, which even gives us little extra details about future product 2 potentially and what this is. So let's read it. We're going to read the whole description here and kind of break down what's being said and how it relates to everything. So it says here, the ultimate collection of the Maximals and Predacons add a true revolutionary. I don't know, the grammar there is terrible. They deliver an epic battle with the Autobots and Decepticons that will change their fate forever. The Battle Across Time Collection. That's what they're calling it here. So Battle Across Time Collection invite fans to recreate a duel between G1 and Beast Wars with G1-inspired characters. Fans can complement their vehicle collection with non-included Beast Wars-inspired characters. The Grimlock, that's what they call it, the Grimlock, and Mirage followed the Dinobot, Starscream, and Waspinator joined together to ward off the Decepticons and Predacons. Interesting there. So there's mention of Starscream and Waspinator there. So, is it going to be something more for Starscream outside of the core collection and the potential Voyager filler? And does that mean we have a Waspinator coming? And what of that Dinobot? Is it a repaint of the previously existing one, or is there something more to that? The G1-inspired Autobot Mirage can transform into a racing car in 20 steps. Now, I'm going to stop right there. The original Siege Mirage, which came in the Impactor pack and all that kind of stuff there, that transformed in 19 steps. So it could be one of two things. Either this Mirage will be a retool into a more Earth kind of looking Formula One car, or this could be something built from the ground up. Either way, it has one step more now than the previous one. Again, 19 steps for the Siege one, 20 steps for this one. So could be something. Again, the Siege one had a closed canopy and kind of a weird spoiler. It was a very loose take on what a Formula One would look like. So I'm very curious how this Earth one is going to be, because as a lover of Formula One designs, I'm really excited to hear about that. I continue, and here's the next one. And the Beast Wars Uprising inspired Maximal Grimlock. I'm going to just stop there for that. So Beast Wars Uprising. Now, Beast Wars Uprising was a fun publication exclusive kind of written text story on their website and some of their like fan club only material. And it was written by Jesse Witherich and Pete Sinclair, and had art by Joss Burcham and Tomoya and Robbie Musso and Naoto-san. Like, it was a very interesting kind of online prost fiction and stuff. But yeah, there was scenes that had Grimlock in them, but I mean, I honestly think that they're probably, because considering how like it sounds like Hasbro's kind of working with IDW closer more, I think they meant to say Beast Wars: The Ascending, which was the Simon Furman Don Figueroa Beast Wars book, which had Grimlock in it, quite featured in it too in some issues and on a cover. So I think it really is more of that. And that was a 2008 book. It was a couple of years ago, but I think if you want to have that IDW synergy, why would you mention Fun Publication? And don't get me wrong, I love Fun Publication. I worked with them, but I find that bizarre that they mention Uprising. I mean, hey, whatever. Maybe the guy who was writing it was a big fan of everything Fun Pub did. So it says here, Maximal Grimlock transforms into a raptor in 28 steps. going back to Kingdom Dinobot. Kingdom Dinobot was 28 steps. So pretty obvious what that mold's going to be. I mean, if we didn't already know. It says here, Mirage comes with 2 blasters. Obviously, it's going to be his handgun blaster and his shoulder cannon. That's what they call it, as a blaster, I guess. And Grimlock's tail opens up to make 2 swords. They call it 2 swords here. The original listing for Dinobot called it a slash tail weapon and sword. So, I mean, I guess we're splitting hairs on that one, but it's the same thing. Each Battle Across Time set has an exclusive design so you could recreate a stunning battle scene, each sold separately. This sounds like it's similar to the Netflix series stuff where you had each figure came with a piece of Teletran 1 to make a battle scene in the background, or in this case, the inside of the Ark. So I think it's probably going to have a similar kind of gimmick where each figure comes with a background. You can build a giant, beautiful battle scene or something. And then you have the individual kind of little things here, you know. Transformers and all rated characters are trademarked by Hasbro. Discover Kingdom, Maximal, and Predacons come in a truly revolutionary. And then they repeat the same stuff. Battle Across Time, inspired G1 designs, the steps, the accessories, and the exclusive packaging. So let's get into that. So obviously it's going to be a Beast Wars 1997 inspired repaint of the original Dinobot. Again, for people that aren't aware, back in the day, they took the original 95, 96 Dinobot mold, the original Deluxe. They repainted it into Grimlock, which was a white with Dalmatian pattern kind of Raptor, which had horrible GPS in the long run, and the gold plastic is extremely brittle. So it'd be nice to get an update of that character that isn't fragile, especially the way that design was. The GPS was in really fragile places for transformation that made it really difficult to transform that toy, even if you were being careful with the brittle plastic. So that'd be pretty cool. Again, I'm hoping that maybe they give a new face sculpt, give him a mouthpiece and make it a unique mold instead of a straight up just Dinobot repaint. Really match that of what the original design looked like and everything in the comics, and of course the original toy, because the original toy of Dinobot didn't have a mouthpiece. So kind of funny how that works. Now for the Mirage, like I said before, I get a feeling it's just going to be it could be either a slight retool or something built from the ground up. Again, there's different steps on this one. The weapons thing is going to be the same rollout with Mirage always. Always a shoulder cannon, always a gun. Not much to be said there. I kind of see it how, like, the way Hasbro handled the Datsuns, where you had Prowl and the crew, and then the Earthrise versions, and how they really were, they look like they could have been remolded from each other, the Cybertronian ones to the Earth ones of the Datsuns. But at the same time, I feel that they are brand new molds at the end of the day from an engineering standpoint. So this is still pretty awesome. This is pretty cool. And from what it sounds like in the description here, it sounds like we potentially could be getting other sets, I guess, with Waspinator and Starscream. It sounds like this battle across the time thing is always going to include someone who's a Beast Wars character and someone who is a Generation 1 character. Now, obviously, in the case of Grimlock, he's also a Generation 1 character technically, but it was a Beast Wars-based toy that this thing is based on. So it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. And again, it now leads credence to, like, well, what else could we potentially get from this? If these are, like, deluxe 2-packs, is there other kind of stuff we could get? Like, what else do we have right now in the Kingdom assortment that is available to our fingertips that could be potentially repainted into other characters? Is this where we're going to find Shadow Panther? Is the Deluxe Cheetor going to find its way into this kind of listing? Or are they going to take the Deluxe Cheetor and do something else? Is it going to be, a place where they'll probably stick some other Generation 1 characters and repaints and retools? What about Black Arachnia? Is she going to get a repaint into some kind of other character, or are we going to get maybe Tarantulas here? In the case of characters like Warpath, we had that whole thing where, we're going to be getting possibly one of Metroplex's, gun dudes in that of Scamper. Was it Scamper? I think it was Scamper. Or, no, it was a Slammer. Yeah, it was the white tank Slammer. Excuse me. So many information going through my head here. There's so much potential. Again, the Huffer into pipes. Like there's so many different layers that make me wonder what they could do. And then even like on, again, the Beast Wars side of things, we have that Scorponok mold coming. Could there be potential of repaints there with the Sandstorm repaint or something like that? So it really makes me wonder what could be done here. What could be done here? You know, maybe that's where the Pterosaur is going to be. But then we heard about that Golden Disc collection. There's a lot of layers to this that we're trying to pick apart and understand. But at the end of the day, this is very fascinating, and hopefully we'll get more information. We don't have a price right now, but we just have a whole bunch of info, and hopefully we'll learn more about this because, I mean, it was pretty clear the second we saw that Dinobot figure that we were going to be getting something, you know? And granted, like, from a price standpoint, like, you know, Dinobot's a Voyager, so this Grimlock's going to be a Voyager, you know, and then we have the Deluxe Mirage. I'm gonna assume it's going to be a Deluxe again, and if it's not a retool. From a price standpoint, it's like, okay, you know, the Galactic Odyssey Deluxes, when those were 2 packs, were $69.99. I'm trying to see, like, you know, recent price examples. Something that's a Deluxe with a Voyager, you know, might lean more towards that also, depending if it's like a Walmart exclusive or it's just a basic general retail with Target and everything. I don't know. It's going to be tough to pinpoint the number that Hasbro's going to want to settle on with this, because it might be some kind of fancy line or something. But it's found on Amazon, so as it stands right now, there's the potential of it also being an Amazon exclusive, which I hope not. I really hope not. But they found a lot of success with that, with the Galactic Odyssey stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised. So let me know what you think about this. This is exciting, though. It's really cool. Again, that Grimlock I'm really excited about more than anything, even more so than a Formula One Mirage, primarily because that original Beast Wars Grimlock toy was just so fragile. You know, it was an amazing toy when it first came out. The GPS had not settled in and really caused any problems for collectors. But then when you go to revisit that figure, oh boy, it is going to break. I actually have an extra complete undamaged one that I've had for sale for years, and people are just so hesitant to buy it because it's so fragile. Anyways, let me know what you think about these guys, and hopefully we'll talk again real soon.